Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter number 1 of class 12 geography, the fundamentals of human geography. So first thing that we are going to discuss from this chapter is we are going to learn about the meanings and definitions given by different scholars to human geography. So we have various scholars. There are many scholars in the field of human geography, but based on your textbook, we have 3 main definitions given by 3 main scholars in the field of human geography. So the first definition given by to the human geography is Frederick Russell. So according to Frederick Russell, human geography is the synthetic study. So synthetic study, we can say it is the study based on observation-based study of the relationship between human society, that means human being, and our earth. Earth surface means we can also say earth. And the next definition given by is Miss Ellen Churchill Semple. According to her, human geography is the study of changing relationship between unresting man and unstable earth. So according to her, human geography is the study of what we are going to study means here we are going to study about the changing relationship, the change in relationship between man and our earth. So that means we human beings are unresting on this planet. That means we are always doing something on this planet, and on another hand, our earth is also unstable. So that means because of unresting man and unstable earth, the relationship between these two are ever changing. That means, so in the geography we have to study the changing relationship between these two elements, that means human and our earth. And the third meaning or the definition given to the field of human geography is by Vital de Laplace. So according to this scholar, human geography is the study of physical laws that governing our earth and the relationship between the living being which inhabit in it. That means our earth is governed by law of nature. That means physical law means law of nature, and our earth is governed by the law of nature, and on above that we have to study the relationship between our earth and the living beings, that means including man and animal on this planet. So we are going to study about the man and nature again here, and by studying these 3 definitions given by 3 scholars in the field of human geography, we can summarize that the meaning or the definition of human geography is the study of relationship between human society and physical environment. So we can say the human geography means it is the study of relationship between human being and the physical environment or earth, we can say like that. So these are the 3 definitions. Next, what is meant by what is the nature of human geography? So the nature of human geography is the study of the relationship between physical environment and human society. So that is the nature of human geography. Nature of human geography is all about studying the relationship between man and environment. So in order to know or in order to study the relationship between nature and human society, first thing is we need to know what are the physical elements that support human being on this planet. So physical elements such as landforms, soil, climate, water, natural vegetations, and animals. So these are the main physical element that supports human being that we are staying on this planet. So these are the physical element that supports us in order to survive on this planet. So that means human beings have created their own cultural landscape. So in cultural landscape we can also say cultural elements such as houses, villages, cities, roads, railways, industries, farms, ports, and other items. So all these cultural landscapes or cultural elements are created by human being by using what? By using above physical elements. So that means so in the nature of human geography, man interact with nature with help of technology. So that means human being is interacting with nature with help of technology. So technology indicates what? Technology indicates the level of cultural development of a society. So if we have a better or more superior technology, means we can interact better with nature and we can have a better development. So that technology indicate the level of cultural development of society. So understanding the nature help us what? To create better technology. So we have to understand the nature. By understanding the nature, we can make better, more superior and more advanced technology. And if we have better technology, if we have more superior technology, more advanced technology, we can loosen the shackles or dependence of environment on human beings. So that means if we have better, more superior technology, our dependence on environment will be lessened. So for example, how we can so for that, examples such as how technology loosens the shackles of human being on environment means, for example, such as by understanding the friction and heat, human beings have created or discovered fire. By understanding the physical environment, we have created fire because of what? By understanding the friction and heat. By understanding the structure of DNA, human beings have eradicated many diseases. And by understanding the law of aerodynamics, we can say air pressures, by understanding the aerodynamic, we have created or developed faster planes. So knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology. So technology loosens the shackles of environment. Next, the nature or the relationship between man and nature has been interpreted or described in several ways over a period of time. So in our textbook, we have three main descriptions or the interpretation regarding the nature of human geography. So the oldest or the most initial form of describing or interpreting the nature of human geography is naturalization of human or environmental determinism. So following are the characteristics of naturalization of human or environmental determinism. So the type of interaction between primitive human society, that means very very primitive, very very old human society, and the strong force of nature was termed as environmental determinism. So environmental determinism, so this nature or the interpretation of man and environment was the oldest way of describing the relationship between man and environment. So this interpretation is based on primitive human society and nature. So during that time, very low level of technological development. So that shows physical environment during that time. Physical environment is considered as more superior than human. Humans are considered as slave of nature, and all the human activities are controlled by environment. So here the nature is considered as mother nature. Example, so if you at present, if you want examples of this interpretation, so you can see the tribals everywhere in the world. That means tribal communities in the world are still, there are some more like of slave of nature, slave of the environment. So up to the recent time in Bushmen, so these are the Bushmen is a tribal community in Kalahari Desert in Africa. And again the Pygmies, again that is the tribal community of Congo in Africa. are still under the control of physical environment. That shows and in these tribal community they have a very low level of technological development. Because of that, the relationship between man and environment is considered as superior as compared to human. So that was the definition, interpretation. That this one is the oldest interpretation based on such human condition given by different scholars. So supporters for this approach or the school of thought are Humboldt, Strabo, Russell, and Ellen Churchill Semple. So next, the limitations to the study or the interpretation of this school of thought are, or the criticisms are, similar physical environment don't produce same responses. That means, so based on above interpretation regarding the nature of human geography, that above mentioned one is physical environment is totally controlling the human being. That means, so some scholars, they have criticized the above characteristics in characteristics of the environmental determinism. So that means similar physical environment don't produce same responses, such as if you talk about Australia, some of the African countries, and some of the South American countries. So they belongs to a same latitudinal zones, but same latitudinal zone as well as they have a same physical environmental setting. But if we talk about the human responses in these climatic conditions are totally different. Some in some places in these latitudinal zones, some countries, some regions are highly developed, but some regions are not that much developed. So that shows what physical environment is not totally controlling the human being. So the next interpretation regarding the nature of human geography is humanization of nature, or in another words we can say possibilism. So flowing out some of the characteristics of humanization of nature or the possibilism. So here physical environment is not totally controlling the human activities. Instead of controlling human activities, physical environment is offering lots of opportunities to human. So opportunities here we can say resources. So the philosophy of possibilism refers to the possibilities in the physical environment for human to exploit for on their benefit. So here the man moved from a state of necessity to state of freedom. That means here the human have a more advanced, better technology as compared to primitive human society. So better and more superior level technological development indicate cultural development of human society. So here the nature get humanized with help of what? Technology. So supporters for this school of thought are Lucien Febvre and Vital de la Blache. So again, the criticisms to this school of thought are, criticism first, this school of thought was criticized by a scholar known as Griffith Taylor. So Griffith Taylor criticized that the word possibilities or possibilism can be created within limit. If we cross the limit, then which would be a point of no return. That means we have a possibilities of we have lots of possibilities, but we can't exploit the physical environment. So we have to obey the law of nature. So example, so at present we have different problems such as depletion of ozone layer, global warming, and degradations, all because of what? Misuse and overuse of natural resources. So that means we have keep the limit, and or in other words we can say we can listen the nature. The third interpretation regarding the nature of human geography is neo also means new determinism, or in other words we can say mathema in Sanskrit. So Griffith Taylor introduced another concept which reflects the middle path between the two ideas. So we have two ideas. We already studied the two ideas, or the nature of human geography, or the interpretation of human geography. There are environmental determinism and possibilism. So the neo-determinism, the idea of the neo-determinism stands in between these two extreme ideas. So between the two ideas of possibilism and determinism, the concept shows neither there is a situation of absolute necessity. That means the idea of some characteristics of environmental determinisms are not that much relevant, and again some ideas or some notions of possibilisms are again not that much relevant at current scenario. So again, this school of thought, this idea or this interpretation is also called as stop and go determinism. So here the neo-determinism tries to maintain the balance between development and nature. That means we have to more focus on sustainable way of development. For example, ozone layer depletion, global warming, and receding the glaciers and degradations of land all are caused because of overutilization of the resources or unsustainable way of development. So in nutshell, we can conquer nature by what? Obeying it. Like nature is like a traffic signal, so we have to listen the nature. So according to the nature's signal, we have to do according to the signal. We have to follow according to the nature's signal. So we have three signals: red, amber, or amber we can say yellow, and green. So based on these three light, we have to follow the nature. So next one is the geography through the corridor of time. So the process of adaptation, adjustment with and the modification of environment started with the appearance of human being over different environmental conditions. The concern and study of the human geography has been changed over a period of time. So the nature of human geography is very dynamism in nature. That means very changeable in nature. Thus, new approaches and new thoughts were emerged from time to time in order to address the different socio-economic problems in human society. So in order to recognize and address new issues relating to welfare, such as poverty, inequality, and social well-being. For example, in 1970s, three new approaches or three new subjects were introduced in the field of human geography. So there are welfare or humanistic approach, radical or extremist approach, and behavioral approach were introduced in the field of human geography in order to arrest or in order to elevate the different socio-economic problems in human society, within human society. So this one is not about the relationship between man and environment. So this and three new approaches that were introduced in 1970 were mainly in order to minimize the problems within human society. So next one is scope of human geography. So human geography assumes a highly interdisciplinary in nature. So highly interdisciplinary in nature means human geography. So the subject of geography, mainly human geography, is the idea, the knowledge, the information of human geography is related with all other social science subjects. So it develops close interface with other sister disciplines in social sciences in order to what? Understand and explain human elements and condition on the earth's surface of the earth. So several new fields and subfields in the human geography were emerged from time to time. So this table shows the human geography is highly interdisciplinary in nature. So after +2, if you are going to take geography as a line of your study, then in geography we have two main branches. First one is physical geography and second one is human geography. So physical geography, mostly we are going to study about our earth, like landforms, climate, vegetations, river systems, like that we have to study in the physical geography. So the next branch of study in the geography is human geography. So if you are taking geography as a line of study in your further studies, so in human geography you are going to study all these subjects, fields of human geography, such as you are going to study about the social geography or cultural geography, you are going to study urban geography, you are going to study political geography, you are going to study population geography, you are going to study economic geography, and you are going to study about the settlement geography. So these are the main fields of human geography. So we have two branches, physical and human geography. So in human geography you are going to study all these subjects or topics, you are going to cover up all these topics. So in social geography, what you are going to study? So field of human geography is what? Social geography. So in social geography you are going to, what are the subfields that you are going to study? Like behavioral geography, geography of social well-being, geography of leisure, culture geography, gender geography, historical geography, medical geography, likewise. So these are the subfields. So interface with other sister discipline means, so the knowledge, so the idea of social geography is highly interdisciplinary. So the idea, the concept of this social geography is related with what? Social sciences and sociology, physical geography, welfare, economic geography, sociology, anthropology, sociology, history, and epidemiology. So that means the idea, the knowledge of geography is highly interrelated with other social sciences subject. Next one is urban geography. Next one is political geography. We have subfields such as, and next interface with what are the interface. This knowledge about the political geography is related with political science, psephology, and military sciences. Next one is population geography. Next one is economic geography. In economic geography, what we are going to study? Subfield. And the economic geography is related with other social science subjects such as economics, resources economics, agriculture sciences, industrial economics, business studies, and economic commerce. So like this, so this table shows human geography is highly interdisciplinary in nature. So these are the scopes of human geography. Thank you.